So in laying out his $1.8 trillion plan for American families, President Biden promised help for struggling parents by doing two things: offering paid family leave and child care assistance, paid for by raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans and corporations, as we said. And joining us now to discuss this, Dawn Huckelbridge, who's the director of Paid Leave for All, and Tom Wyatt, CEO of Kindercare Education. Thanks very much for being with us. And Tom, let me start with you. Let's take a listen first to what the president is promising on this topic.
American Families Plan will provide access to quality, affordable child care. We guarantee what I'm proposing in legislation, we guarantee that low and middle income families will pay no more than 7% of their income for high quality care for children up to the age of 5. The most hard-pressed working families won't have to spend a dime.
That's the promise. So, Tom, what do we know about the impact that might have on children and parents who may have left the workforce if the president and the Democrats can get this passed?
Well, Terry, I'm sure you've heard there's been over 2 million women who have left the workforce simply to go home and take care of their kids. We need them to have the ability to come back to work. And what President Biden proposed last night, accessibility to quality, and quality is a key word, but quality early childhood education is key to that. So very excited and encouraged by his words.
And Dawn, President Biden also mentioned in his speech last night that the U.S. is the only industrialized country without a paid leave program. I lived in the United Kingdom for a while. It was remarkable how the paid leave, up to a year of paid leave for some people. For those of us who haven't actually been involved in this fight, can you explain why that's the case in the United States? Where does the resistance to this idea come from?
That is a great question because it is one of the most widely supported policies in this country. We did some polling recently, and over 90% of voters wanted to see paid family medical leave in a comprehensive plan to help families. We see this whether we go to Senate battlegrounds or the most competitive congressional districts. We talk to small businesses. We talk to supermajorities in every political party. And this is a no-brainer. This is common sense. It's good for business. It's good for families. And as you said, it's good for the caregivers and the women who've been pushed out of the workforce. So I think this is, as you said, we are one of the only industrialized countries. I'll go a little further. We are one of the only countries in the world without any form of national paid leave. And the pandemic put this into really clear focus that it's time. Our time has come, and we can no longer wait.
Well, the family leave proposals, Dawn, have been introduced by Democrats every year since 2013, and they've gone nowhere at all. So do you think this is the year now?
It is absolutely the year. And I think it's easy. You know, we talk a lot about issues that are seen as disproportionately impacting women, low-income workers, women of color. They're often put to the side. Perhaps they're not seen as sort of mainstream front and center, but I think this pandemic made it clear that that is not the case, that we need women in the workforce, that every single one of us will need to give and receive care in our lifetimes, and we need to have these common sense protections in place to protect all of us. So this is something that is affordable. In fact, we can no longer afford not to act. Families lose $22.5 billion a year because of a lack of paid leave in this country. So the time is now.
Tom, let me go back to you on child care. I've seen some conservative policy wonks and intellectuals say that direct payments to families are really what middle class and working class Americans are looking for, and that paid child care is almost an anti-family policy from their perspective, or at least it's not the one most preferred by people, that it's really something for more professional and more affluent families. How do you answer that?
Well, there's really two pieces to that. One is, as you know, part of the plan, the American Recovery Plan, was to enhance the tax credit for children, and that was to help make childcare more accessible. So that's one of it. The other part is there's a program, the block grant, that has been in place for many, many years, decades actually, that takes care of children of families who are compromised economically, and that has worked worked extremely well, and it's worked through the system and through the states and allocated by families. So I would say to you that the process of pulling this together, both from a tax credit standpoint for the middle income families and above, and then the block grant work that is going on and is continuing to be increased each year, are very, very good mechanisms for supporting families and giving them access to quality childcare.
And as we say, part of this ambitious program that President Biden has laid out, and very popular with the American people, those two issues in particular, as you pointed out. Tom Wyatt, Dawn Huckelbridge, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.